Your local car dealer offers you two different payment plans to buy a €15,000 car. Plan A is a 10% discount on the price of the car and a loan on the balance at an annual rate of 9% for 5 years. No discount, but a loan on the total price of €15,000 at an annual rate of 3%. Does it say anything about monthly? Monthly payments or anything like that? So I think we can assume yearly payments. Okay. So we can go for yearly payments. So we'll go for plan A. And what can we say about the 15 grand? We're going to take off 10%, which means we retain 90%. 13,500. Okay. Now it's a loan. So because it's a loan, we know we can use our, the repayment methods, isn't it? A equals PI. 1 plus I to the power of T all over 1 plus I to the power of what, guys? T minus 1. Okay. What's our P value, guys? Our P value is the amount we borrowed, isn't it? So what's the P value, guys? 13,500. Okay. What's the I value? Can anybody tell me the I value? What? 9%. Okay. So it's 9%, so 0.09. And then our 1 plus I, 1.09 to the power of. How many years are we borrowing for? 5. And then all over what, guys? 1.09 to the power of 5, take away 1. I'm hoping when you throw that into your calculator, you'll get... Now, can we just think of a ballpark figure for this? Their car costs 15 grand, doesn't it? They need to make more than 15 grand on this. So, if they make 3,000 a year on us, they're only breaking even, aren't they? They want to get more money than it's worth. So we're expecting an answer bigger than 3,000. So what do you get when you put that in? We got 3,469. So for part 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing, except instead of 13,500, what's it going to be? 15,000, yeah? And instead of 0.09, it's going to be 0.03, and that's going to be 1.03, and that's going to be 1.03 to the power of 5. And what you guys can do is you can reuse your calculator, except just place in the new numbers. And once again, it has to be over 3 grand, otherwise they're taking a loss. So what do we think when we put it in? What do we get? $3,275. 3,275. Cool. Now, 2 people want to buy our house. Now, okay, 2 people want to buy your house. The first person offers you 200 grand now. The second person offers you 25 annual payments of 15 grand each. Assuming you can get an annual rate of 5% on your money, which offer should you accept? All right. 2 people want to buy your home. The first person offers you 200 grand right now. So, 200 grand right now. That's right into your pocket right now. We can't compare future money to today's money unless we bring the value of the future money down to today's value. So, and what's that thing we're always doing? 25 annual payments of 15 grand each. Annual repayments. So what I say is, I'm assuming the annual payments is, you can say 15 grand start of year 1. Or what's the other scenario? 15 grand end of year 1. Okay? and just say, question doesn't specify, I'll run with 15 grand at the start of year one. It should specify, shouldn't it? Okay. So either way, what we're going to say is that if I hand you 15,000 euro now, yeah, and then 15,000 euro in a year's time. 15,000 euro in a year's time is worth less now, isn't it? So what can I divide that by? 1.05. T1, T2, T3, okay? And that's what's 1.05 to the power of 2, all the way to the end. What's the end? Can anybody tell me? And T25 is divided by 24. Huh? 25 annual payments. See, if I offer you a payment now, the last payment only has 24 years to grow because you're paying at the start of the year. You haven't given it to, you're paying in January, not December, so to speak. So this first one's January. Right now, today, imagine I bought your house. I gave you 15 grand right now. Then the last payment, which is the 25th payment, is 24 full years away, not 25 full years away. But still a 25th payment. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, yeah, if you are paying, it should be the end of the year. Like, you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to quickly yo-yo between the two of them, and you can compare both answers. Yes. It was the end of the year. The first one would be to the power. The first one would be over 1.5, and the last one would be over 1.05 to the power 25. That's the only difference. So you can really easily go between the two of them at the very end, and you go, here's both answers. Take your pick, sort of thing. If you aren't sure, okay. And if you don't rub out either answer, all what the examiner will see is both answers, and he'll pick the correct one. And you can just specify both scenarios, and he has to pick the scenario that suits. You get what I'm saying? All right. So if you find you're really not sure, okay. Now, as I said, it doesn't tell me when the first payment's made. Going by logic, we'd usually say, well, look, I'm assuming mortgage logic that I'm going to start my repayments in a year's time or a month's time. Okay, so I'd be leaning this way, but I want to show you how to go between the two very quickly. Is that all right? Now, 1.05 to the power 24 for my first one, yeah? Now, look at this. You'll find they're both very easy to move between. Okay, so we're going to use Sn, and we're going to use A, 1 minus Rn, all over 1 minus R. Is that okay with you guys? Now, what can we say about this then, guys? What's our A value? Yeah, we're going to leave a gap there for meta 2. What's our R value? 1 over 1.05, yeah? To the power of what? How many payments was there? 25 payments, yeah. And then underneath, 1 take away 1.05. Now give me the value of the repayments then, please. Sorry, 211,409. So in this case, that was worth more than 200 grand today. So that option they gave you was worth more. Is that okay? Now, what happens if we flip-flop back to the previous one? What happens if I said, look, I don't think it was the end of the year. I don't think it was the start of the year. I think it was the end of the year. How would I change between the two really fast? Can anybody tell me? 1.05 here, yeah? Squared, cubed, 25. Well, oh, it was meant to be 24. Okay, and what happens is the end value is the number of repayments. That stays exactly there, the same. There's still 25 repayments, just happens to be at the end of the year. However, the only thing that changes is your A value. See your A value? Just take your old answer and just change the A value, and you can flip-flop between the two of them quite quickly. Worst comes to worst. So what you get for the second answer? What? Oh, sorry. So this is the this is the answer for the end of the year, and now so the answer currently is for the end of the year. That's that answer. Can you do it for the start then? It would just got rid of the 1.05 underneath. What you get? 221,000. Yeah. So either way, even with both answers, you're going to take the deal, aren't you? Instead of the 200 grand today.